Okay. Hopefully everything is working. This is just kind of a quick look reviews type of video for Lenovo Tab 8 Yoga Tablet. Might be I gotta check it up so I get it correctly. Lenovo Yoga Tablet 8" with Windows. Let's see, do I have? No. There we go. So this is not a new tablet, it's been released somewhere around 2014, I believe. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do, come on, there we go. Now I should be able to see both. So this is a tablet with Windows 8.1. It has a nice stand on the back. You can see, can be used in some different ways. It's 8" you know, from across diagonally. It's quite lightweight. It's I believe around 429 grams. I don't know what that is in the American units, but it's quite light. Two nice front speakers here, stereo speaker. You get a camera here. It's like what, 3 megapixel, 0.3 something, and you have one in the back that is 8 megapixel. And you have in this little compartment you can fit micro SD card, and in some models a SIM card, not in this model. And I think the support is for 64 gigabyte, which I currently have. I don't think it supports 128. It's a shame. Let's see if I can get it and back. Here we go. So that is the major point of this. Okay, maybe a little bit bright, nothing to do about. Maybe I should turn this thing going on. Oh, maybe. Quite difficult trying to capture the screen as clear as possible. I wanted to use a screen recording software. I'm using Open Broadcast Studio on my main machine with my Microsoft Live Studio Live Cam something. But it's quite difficult to capture the screen great. But I tried Open Broadcaster on the tablet and it did not run well. Fortunately, I don't really know why, but it's, yeah, that's just the case. Okay, and let's see, I forgot that you have a micro USB on the side. And this one is used for charging, and I believe you can get an on-the-go cable and connect some low power devices like keyboard and mouse maybe. You get kind of this, you know, flat shape, and then this tube here is for the battery compartment, and it has a 6000 milliamp battery, if I'm correctly, and it have GPS built in. Flip over, come on. And it comes pre-installed with Windows 8. I have upgraded to Windows 10. You get wireless up to NBGN speed, not A. It's a tablet that released in 2014, so you know it's not the latest stuff, and it's not it's been discontinued, so you should be able to find it cheaper nowadays. See if I forget something. Oh yes, it's a quad processor, Atom, Intel Atom quad core CPU. It's running normally at 1.3 gigahertz, and it can boost up to 1.8. And during my testing, when it boosted up to 1.8, it stayed at 1.8. I haven't like done video encoding, but during other CPU intensive tasks, it stayed at 1.8, and it is passive. There are no moving, you know, parts in it, so it's, you know, it's silent when you are using it. No fans or anything. And this is the power on button, and here we have a Windows button. Let me demonstrate that for you. There we go, the Windows button. Nice. You also, you know, have the Windows on screen, but for some cases it's good to have, so you can always kind of get to the start menu or start screen in this case. It has built-in disk, you know, eMMC drive on 32 gigabyte. Yeah, that's not a lot. And I, after upgrading to Windows 10, and I cleared out all the old stuff, and that about 50% is used for Windows 10. I believe around 12 gigabyte with just a few programs. As you can see, I don't have a lot of programs installed. I got LibreOffice, web browsers, Chrome, and Edge is the default, Netflix, Spotify, and yeah, nothing major. But I have around 17 gigabyte free storage now. Yeah, that's not really good. I'm gonna get into the pros and cons a bit later. But yeah, okay. The battery life is stated to around 15 hours during some kind of work. And the screen is, you know, 8 inch. It's 1920 by 1200. And it's also featured something called any pen, meaning that you can use kind of any metal type of, you know, pen or stuff, you know, anything on it. It's supposed to have like Gorilla Glass protecting it. I'm using this dried up ink pen, quite nice to, you know, be able to, if you need it, because running Windows sometimes to hit like the cross is not the easiest task to do, so it's nice that you can use this for more precise. You still can use your fingers and stuff, but as a backup, to use a nice pen, and it doesn't seem to scratch it or anything. So yeah, nice feature, seems great, and you can use it. I have oops, there we go. Pin to start. Oops, my bad. Move it. And let's do resize it small. Range always good to have. There we go. And I can switch. No. There we go. Now I'm still getting used to this, but you can use this. Oh, you know, like hi. Oops, there we go. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, I messed that up. Okay, can I? Oh, okay, there we go. See, it's quite nice. You can type. I don't know if you can see it. Quite difficult, but you know, yeah, you can use kind of typing and you can draw stuff. See if we can try that. Close this one. Save. Let's switch back to the keyboard. Paint. I hit the wrong, no. But as in most kind of cheaper styles, it's a little bit laggy, but it still works. No, for some light drawing and stuff, you can use it. Might be good for like kids. Fun for kids and stuff. Not the best, most precise or anything, but yeah, better than using your fingers. Let's see. I forgot to mention that it has 2 GB of RAM. That is, maybe it's time to get into the pros and cons now. So 8 inch, that's obviously going to be personal preference if you think that's good or if you think that is not the best case. So I'm not going to dwell too much into that one. But yeah, for my personal preference, we're around 8 to 12 inch. It's good screen size. For tablet only, for you know, laptops, it's somewhere between 13 to 17. And if you're going to use it more stationary, you know, 19 and plus. So, and the screen is 1920 by 1200. That means that it's really, for 8 inch, it means that the pixel per inch is really nice. The text is really sharp, image is really sharp, everything is really great. You know, you get 10 touch, I believe. Multiple, you can do stuff. I haven't learned all the kind of touch stuff yet. One thing with having a high resolution on an 8 inch is the scaling. And Windows is not the best in scaling, but upgrading from Windows 8, which was okay. I didn't use 8.1 that much, but you know, it seemed okay. To Windows 10, I haven't, in the application and light use that I have been using the tablet so far, I haven't noticed any real scaling problems. But you get to realize this is 200% scaling. meaning that my regular 23-inch monitor is 1080p, and I'm sitting, maybe 50, an arm's length away, and that is perfectly fine. That is what I find optimal computer experience. Being 8-inch and 1080p plus a little bit more, and you are half arm's length mostly away, it's you really need 150 to 200% scaling, and 200% scaling is the default within Windows 10. It's I upgraded and it just said 200, I recommend this, and I agree. What that means is that you cannot fit the same amount of applications side by side as you could on a 1080p. But it's really going to be so small, so you probably cannot really use it, and it's best used in kind of one application at a time, both because of the performance and other stuff, but the screen resolution being that I'm discussing now. But otherwise it's an IPS screen, really nice. I prefer OLED, but for this type OLED is not ready yet, so IPS screen, it really the perfect choice at this time. And it has a glossy screen, meaning that you will see a shitload of reflections. I'm not sure if you can see it on screen right now, but there is a shitload of reflection going on. There you can see. I like glossy. I have glossy monitor. It makes the colors more vibrant, but you really get to be careful of the lighting, and maybe having a semi glass screen would have been much more better for this type of device, because you're moving more, you're at different places, but it's not a problem for me. In the use case I'm going to use it, it's not going to be a problem. But if you're going to use this in many bright situations, it's not going to be the most optimal. And I don't think that the brightness, let's see, is going to handle outside that well. So this is more of an indoor tablet in my opinion. So moving on, is a quad-core Intel Atom CPU, and it is not powerful. It works great for browsing, reading photos, videos, and light stuff like that. I haven't really gotten into gaming with this, since I don't really see a lot of kind of touch style games, and I haven't really been, it's not my type of device to game on. And I haven't really searched through the Microsoft Store for games that might be able to use with a touch. But I think this most likely will be on par with medium kind of tablets in that matter. So you probably can do some Angry Birds and stuff and like that fine, if they are available in Microsoft Store. So yeah, this is not for your heavy gaming, your heavy video encoding or editing, more browsing, office, photos, reading, and that kind of workload. And now we come to the memory. 2 gig is not good. This, if you are more, as I said, use one application at a time. Don't use a shitload of tabs. Most likely gonna be fine. But 2 gigs, even 2 years ago, that was not a good amount. They really should have went for 4 gigs. Yeah, I haven't really run into any obvious memory problems, but I'm sure that if I were to push it, multitasking, that would definitely be happening. And then we have the storage again, 32 gigs and 18 gigs free with Windows 10 installed, everything else clear. Not a lot of applications, Office, Microsoft Edge, and some Netflix, Spotify, nothing really major. So you're not going to be able to store a lot of images or photos or videos. Be aware of that. So it's going to be a deal breaker, or it's going to be something you can handle or not. And as I said, you have micro SD card, you know, up to 64 gig support. I'm not sure about the 128. I haven't seen anything about it. I saw something saying that it didn't work, so I'm gonna assume it doesn't work. But you can expand with 64 gig, which I have, where you can store stuff. And upgrading to Windows 10 is good, because then you can choose your Microsoft Store application to be stored on the 64 gigabyte, you know, your micro SD card. And if you're gonna use it for games, you're gonna need it probably. The bad thing is Microsoft Store, you, to my knowledge, at this point in time, you cannot choose to install specific application to different locations, because you want application to run off the internal stores. This most likely a faster one. I haven't benchmarked it, but I read something about it hitting, you know, 100 megabytes per second or something, which is quite nice. And micro SD cards are generally very slow when it comes to writing, and to be able to use game on micro SD would be nice, and then have applications on the internal. But that is Microsoft, you know, fault. But yeah, okay, moving on. Wireless have been working nice for me. Haven't benched it, but I have seen no problems. Streaming, YouTube, Netflix, you know, browsing stuff, and I'm copied some files in my apartment, and I'm using wireless N standard N. So, you know, 5 gigahertz, and it seems to work without a problem within my apartment. It's not a you know, I'm not living in a great, you know, sized apartment, but you know, a regular sized 2-room apartment. So, and no problems whatsoever. And N is the 5 GHz band is fast when it's freeze, you know, when you don't have a lot of walls between your wireless router, or, you know, router, and your device. But I have a couple of walls, but I've never experienced any problem at all. And switching over to 2.4 GHz should be even better. Worse speed wise, but better when it comes to range. So I seem more than confident within the wireless in this. And let's move. You have cameras, 8 on the back and like maybe 0.332 megapixels on the front. They are not good. I might try to show some picture or not, but you cannot record 1080p. You can, but it's gonna stutter like hell. The quality is, you know, it's barely. If you have good lighting, it's gonna be fine for like Skyping with your friends or stuff like that. Nothing more. You don't want to use it to like take pictures or selfies or anything else. It's a shame. I think that tablets and laptops should really get the same kind of quality of cameras that we have in mobile phones, because I have my Nexus 6P, and this is amazing. The front and, you know, back camera, they are great, and that is the kind of quality I want in my tablet and my laptops. But moving along, they're not great. Speakers, front facing, amazing. You want that on all your phones, your tablets. You know, it takes much more space, but yes, you want it. It's great. They work great. You know, you're not gonna get any low-end frequencies, but they work great. They are loud and they are nice. Not really gonna dwell into audio quality or anything, but you know, for a tablet and, you know, cheaper laptop, they are great. Front facing is the way to go. You know, you don't get any distortion depending on how you're holding your device or anything. So yeah, Bluetooth is integrated. I haven't used it so far. You also have GPS, and I haven't used that either because I'm inside. Not really use, but I'm guessing that it most likely will work. I haven't come across Bluetooth that didn't work, you know, in a close proximity anyway, in a device in a long time. GPS, sure. I'm not really gonna take this tablet running outside a lot since this model does not have SIM card, so there's no really point in trying to use that. If I'm going use this on a train or anything, I have a great GPS within my mobile phone, my Nexus. I'm gonna use that to share internet and stuff like so, you know, it's there. I have no more to say about it. Windows 8.1 works nice, and I was still able to upgrade to Windows 10 using the kind of ease of access version. It's not going to pop up telling you, hey, Windows 10 upgrade, but you can still do it, and it seems to be a good choice. I have experienced zero problems upgrading to Windows 10. No driver errors, no really performance that I could notice. It seems to scale good, a little more options, so I recommend it at this time. The battery life is good. I used around 2 hours at, you know, high CPU load, you know, maxing out and the stores and stuff, and it didn't drain my battery. It was still, you know, going strong. So if you're going to use this within application that's gonna to push the CPU in it, you're still gonna get out several hours of use. And just browsing and, you know, watching videos, you know, it was around 71 when I started doing this video. Now it's at 68, 3%, nothing. It's definitely good. I'm not sure if you're gonna reach 15 hours, but you know, a day's uses seems possible, definitely. It's got an Intel HD graphic card. Since I'm not really gaming, I cannot really tell a lot about it. It works for, you know, the basic video stuff and like that. And I don't know if you can see, but this is actually really smooth. My camera is only capturing 30 FPS, but this is really smooth. It's not laggy at all. Not even kind of scrolling in and out, zooming. It's when using the Microsoft Edge web browser, it works really great. Chrome is not as smooth, unfortunately, for me. I don't know why. The only extension I have installed is AdBlock. Maybe that is the case, I'm not sure. But the Edge for, you know, your basic users works more than fine, and it's so fast. It runs absolutely amazing. It's just, yeah, this is really smooth, really great. Let's see if I can show, because as I said, this is going to work great. You know, reading. Come on. No, thank you. For like reading, web browsing, watching videos and stuff, it works great. You have the built-in reader as I'm showing now, and it works great. It is really smooth. You know, it might not look smooth on the video, but this is really smooth, and the text is so nice and clear. Definitely a great device for that type of work. Now you can view, let's see, And I'm running this in tablet mode at the moment, and that means that when I start desktop applications, they will be run at full screen, and they work really nice. You know, basic stuff like office work and stuff like that, that works great for that type of load. So if you're gonna use the device for browsing the internet a little bit, maybe using it in the kitchen to, you know, view recipes. Let's see if I can viewing like photos or reading, you know, ebooks and stuff like that. It's just, it's so smooth, so nice. It's just, it works great. The colors and the clarity, everything is beautiful. Really smooth. It might not look as smooth on the video, but as I said, this is really smooth. And you know, light multitasking, you know, using one application at a time works great. And let's see if I can show, maybe can, if we turn down the volume, or maybe not, maybe I should record it, it doesn't matter. Let's see. Go to YouTube, or maybe I should go show off Twitch. Is I think that Twitch might be more demanding, so check out my Twitch channel. And that is what I'm going to use this device primarily as a backup monitor, monitoring my Twitch when I'm streaming, because I have one single monitor on my main computer, and I needed some way to check that the streaming was going okay, and to see if someone was watching and commenting my videos, to be able to interact. And it works great for that. It's a bit dark, this video. Let's see if I can. There we go. And it's plays Twitch without a problem. As I said, you know, unfortunately my camera can only record at 30 fps, but you know, the video is running smooth at 60. You're just gonna have to trust me. The audio is nice and great, you know, this quality is also really great, you know, it's nothing to complain about in this kind of usage. The only problem is going to be during heavy gaming or more application that's going to demand more processing power. Let's go to YouTube just to show off, because that is going to be probably a main usage. We have a video where they are moving. No. It's difficult to see if it's smooth if the people are not moving. Alright, let's watch that just to see. But I've watched some videos before and they work fine. And we get the commercial before, of course. Skip it, come on. There we go. everything. The audio is working nice. The big problem, yeah, no problem, no stuttering or anything. The main problem might be the applications in the Microsoft Store is not the greatest, because I would have liked a nice YouTube app. The Facebook app within Microsoft Store is not good, it lags. Running Facebook in Microsoft Edge works smooth, so that's like, what the hell? So freakishly weird. Let's see if we show try out for the hell of it. Go for Netflix, might see showing that works, and this is gonna be kind of the end of the thing, because it's a great one. Yeah, it's a great tablet for simple uses: browsing, watching videos, watching photos, reading recipes, or doing some basic note taking and stuff like that. And since this is not a modern tablet that is being, if you're gonna find this in stores, it's most likely going to be cheap, since it is not being sold anymore officially. And I picked this one up for around $180, somewhere around that, in that ballpark, and for that price it seems really great. Definitely the build quality is very nice. You have this nice rubber on the back, it means you can hold it really nice. This is metal, the stand, this is metal, means it doesn't flex. No, nice screen with glass on it, protective glass, it doesn't bend, squeak or anything. It's really nice quality you get for the money, and it's still a lot of uses out of this, I feel. Let's go ahead and try Netflix. And Netflix, no problem, within the built-in app, works great on Windows 10 and 8 for me. Really like the app on one of the greater app on the Microsoft Store. Really smooth and nice and everything, easy to navigate and stuff like that. And this is one of my favorite episodes of the OCS for your personal trivia. Not that you're gonna care, I just simply love this episode. I don't know, I'm not gonna explain that more, but the OC, the rainy day, definitely, rainy women even, definitely so charming episode. Yeah. Let's start Spotify desktop application just to see what happened. Sometimes using, let's see, the kind of tablet mode might not show you when an application is started. Okay, there we go. As I said, it's not as fast as, it's not a faster tablet, but when the application are loaded and everything, it's nice. and you know, once it's running and everything, it's very smooth, very nice. And let's try, I believe this is one of the more demanding web pages in Sweden. It's a news page, and Spotify in the background playing, still amazingly smooth, everything zooming. It's yeah, no, for the basic lightweight workload, it is absolutely amazing. For, you know, if you can pick this up for around, you know, $150 or anything around, it's definitely for the price you get a lot of value. And the quality from the speakers and everything is more than fine. You know, I cannot really complain. The biggest complaint is the lack of memory. Would have helped if it would have been more. 2 gig is on the short side, and the storage, you know, 32 gigabyte is very on the low side. But other than that, you know, obviously it's not the newest generation of Intel Atom. If you had if they would have re-released this tablet again with, like, you know, a Skylake Intel CPU, it would have been, you know, so probably a lot faster and everything, and I hope they do that. And if I, you know, have the money in the future and they do, I might upgrade to that, definitely. Oops, my bad, just need to do that. But yeah, it's great. No, it hiccups sometimes, but overall it works nice. And you can turn off tablet mode. It works, you know, great then for normal usage if you like. But I think that tablet mode for the most is nice. It's the way it's meant to be used. One application at a time, maybe something, you know, music in the background, or having photos so you can hop in and out, or a notepad for your preference to, you know, quickly read or take notes when you're maybe browsing or something. So yeah, more than happy with it. And if you can find this cheap, it might definitely be worth it for you. Or if you can find it and you want kind of the Windows experience for your kids, this might be a great device. Just create a, you know, backup USB and then let your kids use it, and if they mess up, you know, you just, you know, reinstall Windows and you're good to go again. A great way to, you know, introduce kids to the computer, but do it in kind of tablet way where they can point and click and drag, but still you can hook up, you know, Bluetooth keyboard for faster typing and stuff like that. Or just if you want an easy device, you know, reading, sitting on the couch, watching TV, but doing some light browsing on the side, or like me, gonna play and stream on Twitch on my main monitor, and I can use this to, like, watch stuff. And during all this video, I went from 71, about that 71 down to 64%. So the battery life, definitely, I'm more than confident that it's going to be quite more than I need. Days worth, you know, you always want more, but, you know, I'm mostly going to get, without a problem, a day's work out of it, which is the minimum requirement for me. Let's just say that why I don't like laptops, you know, a few years back, was because when you started using them and putting in a load, browsing and stuff, and you know, the battery has started draining, and you maybe could get 2, maybe 3 hours out of it, and that is terrible. As I said, on this I've had CPU usage quite high, almost maxed out, for about 2 hours, 2-3 hours, and it drained 50% of the battery life only. That is amazing. That's what I want. I want a device to, you know, don't choke immediately when you put load on it. So this is the Lenovo Yoga Tablet 2 8-inch with Windows, and this is Windows 10. And hope this have given you some kind of information, because I really like this device, and I hope Lenovo continues doing these devices. I know they have a 10-inch version, but that is quite expensive at the moment. I believe this was around $300, maybe $350-400 when it was originally released, and the new version is around $600 to $700, and that is just way too much for me. Way too much. But yeah, I hope there's gonna be continuing this and releasing this, you know, this 8-inch to like 11-12-inch versions with Windows, and with this kind of passive style. So they are really great for this kind of simple but still everyday tasks. So yeah, this is it. The kind of quick look review style. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day.